feel he's probably, what, Clark, one-dimensional?
A little bit of D to have a chance to get there.
And on the guy's got long strides, runs fast, long and limber. Clark, he covers a lot.
Can defend three positions.
And guys has what's called player tracking. I mean, they can show how much ground a player can cover over the course of a season. And Nicholas Batum, always amongst the leaders. 2 seasons ago, he was #1.
Oh, Maestro, he is so good at making those lead passes, like conducting an orchestra.
And Batum with that slender build, you know, you like his height and length, but he can get pushed around at times. I think he can still stand to add some strength. Well, whether you call him the brow or ant or the future, Anthony Davis made the leap in year 3 to franchise superstar. I mean, still, though, he remains humble, determined to admit.
Davis setting the pick for Matthews. It's up a 3. Zeller grabs the board. Hornets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And his former coach, Monty Williams, played with some greats. Tim Duncan, David Robinson, Patrick Ewing. He says he sees that same desire to dominate in Anthony Davis.
Yeah, he wants to be great and doesn't see himself as a finished product, which is a good thing. That means he's going to continue to stay humble and hungry and put the work in.
A nice shot by Zeller.
You know, they'll want to generate more of those shots in tight, guys.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Pass to Porzingis. Trying to find Davis. He's got it now. And here's Matthews from the arc. Kemba Walker with the rebound. The Hornets have gone 2 for 4 from the field so far today. A moment to check in with Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Steve Clifford gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. Coach told me they're hoping to overcome the problems a player like Carmelo Anthony presents to defenses. He said Melo's combination of strength, size, and skill set make it very difficult to keep him from scoring each trip down the floor. With his rhythm and to try to work from there.
Thank you, Doris. That is in there. Boston with the assist.
They really can't allow him too many open looks like that. I mean, that's just inviting trouble.
Outside, Walker. It's stolen by Lawson. And a fast break now for New York. Anthony leading the charge. And it's Matthews again missing. Walker dishes to Zeller. Baseline J on the way. And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Here's Lamb. His 3-pointers off the mark.
And Steve Clifford might not be the most famous coach in the NBA, but he has plenty of experience. And everyone in the league knows exactly how well-versed he is as a coach.
Charlotte has gone 0 of 2 from deep here.
Oh, here we go.
About 3 minutes gone in the first quarter. And Walker kicks to Zeller. Here's Jefferson. No good. Great D that time from Davis. And Clifford in his 3rd year now as a head coach, Greg. That experience you were just talking about. He has 29 years of coaching under his belt. And as a Van Gundy disciple, Clark was on the coaching.
Come on, Wesley, man. I'm trying to get you a shot.
And he's been with a lot of teams, Kevin. 13 seasons at Knicks.
Hard to get that one with the size difference there. That makes it a tough individual matchup for him, especially down low.
Well, took on the big guys going in there and challenging them like he did. But boy, that was a nice job.
So New York going with almost an entire new group here. Lopez, he's checked in for Davis. Lance Thomas comes in for Porzingis. Aaron Aflalo, he's checked in for Wesley Matthews. And it's Grant in for Ty Lawson. And he gets it to go.
That's crazy. Man, he just hit that.
He can knock those
Come on,
down
Melo.
all game given a chance.
Let's go, Melo.
Anthony
Let's go, Melo. Come on,
Anthony's
Melo.
shot is off.
It's not winning basketball when you're attempting shots.
Let's go, Melo.
Like that.
Yeah, come on now. You got to remember it's a team game. He's got 4 teammates out there with him. I don't think he needs to try to do it all by himself like that.
Walker with it.
take that.
He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him. And it's Anthony with the jam.
Well, that's why they're on the lead. Aggressive play at both ends. Very nicely done there.
Absolutely. They make the steal, pay dividends instantly on the fast break.
They retain possession. Inside, here's Afflalo. 1 up, 1 down. 2 points with his first shot this game. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for New York.
Great hustle defensively through the first half, contesting everything and racking up the block shots.
Yeah, another thing they've done well, guys, is getting in the passing lanes. They've been active with their hands, feet have been in good position, and they've come up with a lot of steals. That's making a difference here, too.
Matthews, he's checked in for New York. Outside, Lynn. Good D by Lopez. And the hope for Jeremy Lin last season was that he'd take a step forward in his development. It almost was the opposite in his play.
And that can happen. You don't always go a straight line north in your improvement in this league. He'd been on an upward swing as far as his shooting accuracy, but last season was the worst since his rookie year in that area.
There's 57 seconds left in the first. Outside Matthews. Thomas, a screen on Lynn. Puts up a 3. And it's Matthews again missing. 2 for 1 opportunity here if they want it.
And no doubt, Kevin, if I'm them, I go for it.
Kemba Walker with an eerily similar season once again. Stats the last 3 years have ironically been very close.
Yeah, you talked about those 3 years. Almost 18 points a game and around 35 minutes. So did so on just under 16 shots as well. So becoming more and more efficient.
And so Walker nails both of them.
You know, it's kind of one of those weird anomalies when you look at Kemba's numbers, because in each of those seasons, he played a different number of games. Just one of those kind of quirky, weird things we pick up on sometimes when our brain is foggy.
Now here's Anthony. 7 points in the game. Rocket 2. Grant gets a wide open look. Lopez passes to Matthews. Lets the 3 fly. And it's Matthews again missing. Walker. So at the end of 1 quarter of play, still a close game. New York leads by 2. And we'll get things started in the second quarter when we return. And now let's hear from Ty Lawson talking about the balanced attack of this Denver Nugget team.
We do have a team type of game. You know, everybody is scoring spread out, rebounding, everything spread out. So, you know, even from the bench.
Well, that was the game plan a couple years ago when Denver was good enough to make the playoffs and Ty Lawson was at the controls.
You know, but not enough firepower to be able to sustain with the elite teams, say like the Warriors or the Rockets. Ty Lawson, a solid, dependable player in our league, but this is still a league where you need your superstars to win rings.
Well, up to this point, a closely contested game as we start the second quarter. And what stands out to you from New York in this one?
This is almost like a volleyball game when you watch just how many shots they blocked or altered.
Well, how about this? A lot of side outs for them, the way they swatted shots away. That's a volleyball term, by the way, folks.
Yeah, or handball.
Like or handball.
Either one of the two. They're knocking a lot away.
Yeah.
Lawson out there with a follow. Then there's Kyle O'Quinn. Then there's Lance Thomas. And it's Porzingis in a power forward. They're the group New York will start the second with. Catching up on the changes for New York. Davis is checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Anthony comes in for Thomas. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Aaron Afflalo. And there's the foul. It goes on Wesley Matthews. That's foul number 2 for him. Here's Lynn. Over in the corner, Lamb. Shot clock at 6. Batum wide open. He fires. The basket good off the assist from Lynn. Batum's got the lead up to 3 now for the Hornets. New York shooting about 35% from the floor. Not much falling for them.
And Charlotte's defense, it didn't really start out incredible last season, but over the course of the year, they climbed the ranks, and by the end of the year, they were a force.
And Clark, you don't think of too many of the Hornets' lockdown defenders, MKG being the big one, but they defended well over the entire season.
And for them, Kevin, rim protection was a big factor. They were a top 5 team in the league in forcing missed shots at their own basket.
Now here's Lynn, and the call will be against Ty Lawson. And that'll be his 3rd foul so far.
That's the risky run by staying out there as he picks up his 3rd.
And that's out of bounds. Charlotte will retain possession. Let's take a look at last year's leading shot blockers. You don't want one of these guys in front of you when you're coming down the lane. Anthony Davis, number 1.
You know, you don't think of a shot blocker being a combination of power and finesse, but in leading the league, that's exactly what he was.
And so it's Charlotte with it. And Davis sends it back. And so the ball out of bounds. Davis touched it last. Second quarter of action, about a minute and a half played. And some room here for Batum. And it's good. He planted his feet on the pick and shielded the defender off.
You can't afford to get him that kind of a look.
Well, you know, he came off a good screen, but still, as a defender, you've got to do a better job of fighting over and through that.
And Matthews gets it to go.
After going scoreless in the first, he's really found a way to turn it on here in the second quarter.
And we're about 2 minutes into the second quarter here. It's stolen by Davis, and it's time for an injury report. And now Doris Burke has an update for us on Al Jefferson.
Thanks, Kevin. I got some news from the Hornets' head athletic trainer. He said he's having back spasms, and it's causing him a lot of pain. The season is young, but that is tough news to get at any point in the year. We'll see how well the team comes together in his absence. Kevin?
All right, Doris, and hopefully everything works out for him.
You know, pro trainers have so much available to them at their disposal. If it's nothing serious, he'll be back.
Carmelo Anthony, the 3rd pick overall in the 2003 NBA draft, was in some pretty good company at the top of that one, as I recall.
I mean, you had LeBron going 1, and of course, Darko Milicic was number 2 on that list. But how about D-Wade at 4? A little bit of a surprise, Chris Bosh. You know, all those guys, with the exception of Melo, had rings.
Hornets trail by 5. Outside, Lynn. He dishes it to Batum. Pass to Zeller. 6 to shoot. Count it. His second make in 4 attempts.
Boy, that was a rugged screen set there, fellas, and the defense didn't even try to go through that one.
Outside Matthews. Takes a 3. And it's Matthews again missing.
This shot's just, it's not there right now. With his team leading, perhaps, you know, let's focus on some other areas of the game.
Jefferson, the follow-up champ. Now just a 1-point New York lead.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
The Hornets have gone 6 of 10 from the floor here in the second quarter. Batum for 3. Batum with another miss. New York's gone an even 50% from three-point range in the second quarter. 4 for 8. Anthony dishes to Matthews. They grab their own miss. Right wing. A shot by Lawson, wide open. He hits the back iron and sinks the shot. And New York leads by 3. Charlotte's gone 1 of 2 on three-pointers here in the second quarter so far. Lynn kicks to Jefferson. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. That one on Davis. Well, guys, no secret that Al Jefferson has never been known for his defense. Clark mostly viewed as an offensive player.
Yeah, he really is strong down in the low post. But last season, Jefferson went out of his way to change that no defense perception of it.
Robin Lopez is checked in for New York. Grant comes in for Ty Lawson. And then for Charlotte, Tyler Hansbrough is checked in for Cody Zeller. Kid Gilchrist comes in for Nicholas Batum. And Walker subbed in for Jeremy Lin.
And, you know, it's what spurred Jefferson to kind of rededicate to defense when he realized teams would pick on him and make him the focal point of their attack.
Now Lamb, following the three-point attempt by Wesley Matthews. And fouled as he went up to the dunk. Good aggressive move, and he'll shoot two. It goes on Jaren Grant.
And for Jefferson and his defense, players know when they are being targeted. So good for Big Al to do something about it.
2 shots.
Shooting two. Shooting two.
That free throw, no good. And guys, over his first 3 seasons, no question Jeremy Lamb has been a major disappointment. Clark, his game simply didn't seem to evolve at all over that time.
Well, that's why scouting is an inexact science. You know, he was a major piece in that James Harden trade, Kevin, a few years back, but just hasn't found the traction anticipated for him.
And guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, G.A. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting him get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
The Hornets have shot 75% at the stripe, 6 of 8.
And a season ago, they hit about 75% of their free throws.
And on the topic of Lamb, he really has everything he needs to succeed. Great length and athleticism, was an excellent all-around jump shooter in college. For some reason, his game just hasn't translated to the NBA level yet. But I think if he can improve his motor, he's going to have an opportunity to be an impact player for a long time.
And, you know, regarding Lamb's development, most scouts felt the weaknesses he did have could be ironed out over time. Well, there's still time. He needs to improve his strength, his ball handling, and his effort on defense. All things well within his control.